Okay, so I'm going to show you a live demo of the Box full solution. So this includes the point of sale and dispensing platform, everything all together. So this screen you're seeing right here, we call this the workbench. And this screen's kind of designed to be your place to log in and see what's assigned to you or all your prescriptions at a glance. And you could assign them to other members of your pharmacy because Box can be accessed from anywhere because it's cloud-based. We can actually assign these from any computer. So even if I'm at home, I can still see all my prescriptions and everything involving them and be able to actually assign people. So I can go ahead and jump into a prescription from here. I could select all, do a queue. So for example, I could assign a bunch of these rows to a user in my pharmacy, and then they can sign in later and filter by me. And they could see like, oh, okay, I have 7 prescriptions that are for me in data entry. I'm going to select all of them and click go. That'll create a queue, which will actually do all the prescriptions. In this case, that one was an empty one, but here's what they would see. So they're going to see every prescription in a row here and the images attached with them. And now the way the images are attached to them is through our fax. So I'm going to click show archived here. It's some of these are already read and set up, so that's why they're considered archived. But you're going to see our system will use AI to pull the doctor name and the patient name already, so you can see at a glance who they're for. And then when we actually go into a prescription here, we can have this already pre-parsed by AI, meaning that the AI has already looked at it and it's determined like who the prescription's for, all that, and we just have to click a button to generate it, and it takes about like 2 seconds. So in this case, it's just telling me I have duplicates, that's fine. So you can see our job is obviously just to verify that it looks like the AI did everything correctly. So we can zoom in, obviously, and take a look. And we can make sure everything looks fine. Now we can see at a glance here to what it parsed. And we can just take a look up here and verify all that. So I'm going to show you kind of what you can do for a prescription that is brand new. So for example, I can go to fax list, and by brand new, I mean the patient isn't on file. So let's take a look at this one, for example. I'm going to do the same thing and generate it. But in this case, oh, actually we have this patient on file now, so that's okay. What it would look like though, if they weren't, is I could click new patient. And now I have some options. I can scan a driver's license. I can autofill from patient info. We're adding the health card one too. Should take like 2 seconds. Autofill. This is going to read it and just fill it out for us. So you can see it found the patient name. And this is actually a good time to show you too, if you have a identification number that matches or a name and last name, it's going to tell us like, hey, this patient already exists with this health card number. So we could choose to ignore that or cancel. Cancel will close it out, and then we can actually search for it ourselves. So we can find the patient. In this case, like someone changed the name, but this patient has the same health card number as the one we have here. So it'll be able to actually find that. So to actually proceed through a prescription, right here, I'm going to show you these different tabs. So we have the patient history tab. This one is basically just going to show you at a glance what a patient has gotten in the past. Now you're going to see here everything's yellow. What this means is like active. The prescription is in progress. It hasn't finished the last stage, which is counseling. So this is still active prescriptions that are in progress. I can go to this screen, submission required, all cash. These are my billing options. Submission required is going to take me to a screen like this. And this is going to show me a hierarchy essentially of my plans. So the way we built Box was to try to avoid issues with having to amend an RX every time you need to make changes. So what you can do is you can actually just click the pencil icon here and you have full access to the patient information, including their plans. So if we need to change something, we could. What I wanted to show you too before is we can actually just, with any health card number in here, we can check off ODB recipient, and that's going to automatically create the plan and link it with ODB. So if we need to make changes, we can save that. Now we have the one-click submit all button here. If I click that, it's just going to go down each plan. Obviously, I can do them individually. I could just submit them one at a time if I wanted to. Now, you're going to see a response status here. These are coming directly from the insurance companies. So you'll be able to see, like in this case, accepted as transmitted, no adjustments. You get a payment summary here. This is going to show you how everything looks. And then a payment history. So the payment history can be used to actually check the previous times that the patient picked up this prescription and see what they paid last time, and you can kind of compare it to this time. So that's finishing that stage. Then we're in the packaging stage. So with packaging stage, you can scan the QR code for the actual drug, and that'll auto-populate the lot number and expiry and verify the prescription for you, showing a big green message saying it's verified. I don't have a scanner on me right now, so I'm just going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to grab the UPC for the product manually. And then let me just go back, and I'm going to actually just put it in manually. So let me grab that. I believe it was for this one I was working on. Yeah, so I'm just going to paste that in. And so this would be the equivalent of if you scanned it with a UPC. You didn't scan the QR, you just did the UPC. It's just going to check the drug for you. It's going to say, okay, that looks good. It didn't auto-populate the lot number and expiry because it wasn't a QR. So with the QR, you're going to get that auto-population. With the regular one, you obviously have to type that in. We can manually update that here if we want. And we can also view the audit trail of the drug, which is going to show us the different stages that it was at and by which user. So here we also have the product monograph and the leaflet, which are accessible from here as well. Verification. The way we built verification is to be considered a digital verification. So for example, on this screen, I can open details here. This is going to open our integration with RX Vision Lens. I don't know if it's going to load on this version I'm on. Let's just give it a sec. I'm running a developer version, so we'll see. Oh, it will. Okay, cool. So you can see it's going to show the drug and its side effects or drug-to-drug interactions. So this is a per patient check. So it's going to check the patient and just see like what other drugs they're on and if there's potential conflicts. So we can click close this window because there's clearly no issues. Now, we just checked this box here. This is saying that like me as the pharmacist has verified that this looks okay. Everything looks good on my end. Let's verify it. So what that'll do is immediately take us back to the workbench. And so the reason we did that is because in most cases, verification will be your last stage. If you choose to ignore counseling, it's going to prompt them at the point of sale. So when the patient is scanned out at the point of sale, it's going to say, hey, this patient still needs to be counseled. Do you want to do that now? Yes or no? But I will show you what the counseling stage looks like just so you can see. So if I jump into a prescription that's in counseling, you're going to see we have these drop downs and check boxes. Everything is very simple. We have the extended questionnaire here, which is optional. And we can, of course, just change things if needed. So it's very simple and it works well. So we just chose to go with this more like integrated, simple approach with the counseling. So that's pretty much how it works. If you go back to a prescription in this stage, for example, I can check the adjudication history. I can print my labels. Obviously, printing labels are available in a lot of different places. And of course, we can have the refill button here as well. So there's some other places to check prescription history. For example, on the patient profile, I can see here, I have all the prescriptions that are in yellow, which are in progress, and then the white ones, which have been finished. It'll tell me if they've been picked up as well, of course, from here, once they have been. Transaction history, that's going to link to the point of sale. So if you are checking patients out at the point of sale and they're picking up prescriptions at the same time, obviously it'll link that all together. Patient documents, that's going to be anything you attach here or that comes in through fax, like a authorization request, for example. And we can actually fax the doctor directly from here as well. So we can do like a refill request or authorization request. All those things can go through directly from the patient profile. We're going to have the compliance package tab here. So this is just our blister packs and setting them up. So you can select like a range and a start date. We have all the reports you'd expect. And of course you can add drugs and actually put a schedule for them. And then once you save this to the patient profile, this is here forever. So until you can add or delete drugs, but this setup that you're seeing here will be here permanently until you otherwise change it. We have a reminders tab. This if you need to add reminders for the patient. And of course, invoices if you have on account. So that's pretty much the patient portion at a glance. You might want to see batch filling. So batch filling in nursing homes. So you can create a nursing home, attach patients to it, In this case, I only have a couple here. You can create your pastimes, all that. But a simple way to just show off how the batch filling works is I can go to refill reminder here. Let's say like I grab all these 6 rows here. I can just click batch. That's going to drop them in the batch filling screen for me. And then what I can do is I can select them all and click begin refill. In this case, I'm probably going to get a decline because we don't have any real insurance plans here. But what that's doing is just filling the prescriptions and trying to bill them. Or sorry, trying to build the prescriptions. So if we need to review it, obviously we can go here and do that. And then if they all successfully completed in a perfect world, we would see that here as well. So that's kind of the batch filling. Some other stuff we have here. Let's see. So the point of sale. A lot of people have point of sale already with us, but if you have our dispensing too, of course, it's all integrated into one. So I can click add customer, for example. This will also happen automatically if I scan in a prescription. You're going to be able to do all the usual stuff on point of sale that you'd expect. We have integrations with certain payment terminals, all of that. Now, we also have our reports tab. So all the reports you'd expect, including like narcotics audit reports and drug usage reports. Now, an incident reporting module. So this is new. We built this in recently to replace like Pharmapod and allow you to have an incident reporting module built into Box. So this is included. We don't charge for this. This is just in the software. The dashboard, which is going to show you some clinical opportunities at a glance, including even patient birthdays. The fax tab, which I showed you, are two-way integrated fax, sending and receiving, everything through here. So again, if you're at home on a cloud, like your own computer at home, you still have access to this module, meaning you could even, in theory, you could even send faxes from home, but you would need to either have a scanner on hand, like a paper scanner, or you'd be able to upload them from your computer, which also works. Our orders tab, which can do prescription order management, OTC. We have cycle counts built in, so you can actually scan in drugs and put their quantity, and then it'll reconcile it next time when you scan the same drugs of what the expected should be. OTC order management and RX, like I said, so you can generate orders straight to McKesson or KNF. You can do that based on products sold within a date range, min-max, or even a more intelligent way, which is going to be based on your day's supply. So you can choose a day's supply to calculate, and it's going to be more of a smart ordering system that's going to actually monitor your usage and pick the right amounts to order. Our catalog tab, full access to all your products, editing and creating groups and price changes for those products. The RX status tab here, this is going to show you, I'm going to go a bit back to pull up some prescriptions here. So this is going to show you all your prescriptions kind of at a glance in their status. So I can filter by picked up, and I can see what times they were picked up. I can filter by ready. And I can also, of course, even text patients from here, telling them that their prescription is ready. In this case, it's telling me I do not have that set up with this store. That's okay. So you'll be able to actually text your patients from here or email them, or even just simply add them to the checkout, to the POS screen if you wanted. In this case, I pulled 2 patients, and what'll happen is I can choose which patient is the priority to check out with. This would be like if a family member was picking up for everybody, for example. In addition to that, we have a scheduling tab, which will actually allow you to book appointments. So we can create like a minor ailments, flu shots, or med check schedule. We get a patient link and they can book on that. But we also have a application, like a web app that the patient can log into, view their prescriptions, and request refills. So when a refill is requested through our app, it'll go on the workbench and it'll be marked as refill requested by patient through app. I believe I might have one here that I can show you. Yeah, it'll look like this. So refill requested by patient through app. And the patient can just log in and see that. So that's pretty much everything at a glance. Obviously, if you want a more in-depth demo, I would definitely recommend you contact us and book one. But this has kind of just been a live walkthrough on our demo store here. And yeah, I hope everything looks great, and I'd love to have you on board. So feel free to contact us.